Every December, the exact same image appears on mantles and greeting cards across the world. Three quiet travelers arriving on camels, finding a peaceful stable, and kneeling before a newborn infant. But that tranquil picture contradicts the original ancient texts. According to the Gospel of Matthew, when these travelers finally arrived in Judea, King Herod and the entire city of Jerusalem fell into a state of panic. Herod was a ruthless, deeply paranoid ruler, backed by the full military might of the Roman Empire. Why would three tired men on camels trouble him at all? This familiar holiday image overlooks a documented geopolitical event that Roman authorities spent centuries trying to redefine. To understand the tension, we have to look at the map. First-century Judea was a fortified, volatile border zone, wedged right between the Roman Empire and its greatest rival, Parthia. The men who crossed that border were the Megastanes, a powerful senate of Parthian nobles whose specific job was to depose and appoint kings, and high-ranking Parthian kingmakers traveled with serious protection. Historical records suggest a delegation of this magnitude would be accompanied by an elite military escort of thousands of cavalry. This was an intimidating foreign military column marching into Roman territory to announce that a rival king had been born in Herod's backyard. Herod's panic was a response to an imminent diplomatic and military challenge from Rome's primary superpower rival. While the scale of the arrival was reduced over time, the physical location and timing were also altered. We can find the original details in the earliest Greek manuscripts. In Matthew 2, the text explicitly states where the Magi went. The original Greek word is oikion, translating to a house, not a stable. The manuscript also describes the child as a paidion, a toddler. He was not a newborn infant. This detail explains why Herod later ordered the execution of all male children 2 years old and under. He derived that specific timeline from the information he received from the Parthian delegation. The linguistic evidence describes a visit to a toddler in a house, which shifts the arrival months away from the night of the birth. Astronomical data points to a very specific celestial marker that fits this timeline: the convergence of Jupiter and Venus in the summer of 2 BC. On June 17th of that year, those two planets aligned so perfectly within the constellation Leo that they appeared as a single massive light. Organizing a 1,000-mile diplomatic expedition with an army of cavalry takes significant time. A summer birth, followed by several months of travel, aligns with the child's age when the delegation finally reached Judea. By focusing on a mystical winter star, the traditional narrative avoids the documented astronomical events of the summer. Shifting the timeline allowed Roman authorities to merge the history of the Messiah with the state religion of sun worship and the winter solstice. By the 4th century, Roman calendars listed December 25th as the birthday of Christ, the day they celebrated Natalis Invicti, the birthday of the unconquered sun. Starting in 1544, the Roman Church began commissioning a wave of religious art that standardized these revised historical details. Paintings from this period successfully replaced the military delegation with exactly 3 men. Because the text mentioned 3 gifts, the artists reduced thousands of cavalry to a small, non-threatening group. Through persistent repetition, this art replaced the memory of a political event with a cozy religious scene, effectively burying the historical evidence. The 3 wise men tradition demonstrates how institutional art can displace physical records, eventually replacing a complex political history with a